finest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Lavarge I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam round the pole, no one knows. He was always cold, but the draw of gold seemed to hold him like a spell, though he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in down there. On Christmas Day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of cold, through your parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. And if our eyes we'd closed, then the lashes froze, till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed, and the stars o'erhead were dancing heel and toe, he turned to me, and Cap says he, I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking you, won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low, I couldn't say no. Then he says with a sort of moan, it's this cursed cold, and it's got right hold, till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. Yet, 'tain't being dead, it's the awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So, I want you to swear that foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains. And a pal's last need is a thing to heed, and so I swore I would not fail. And we started on at the streak of dawn. But oh, he looked ghastly pale, and he crouched on the sleigh, and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And before night fell, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in the land of death, and I hurried, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brain, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate my last remains. Now, a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart, how I cursed that load. In the long, long nights, by the lone firelight, while the huskies, round in a ring, howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Great. Oh, how I loathed that thing. And every day, that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. And on I went, though the dogs were spent, and the grub was getting low. And the trail was bad, and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I'd often sing to the hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin, till I came to the marge of Lake Lavarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, and I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. It's a steamship. I looked at it, and I thought a bit. Then here, says I, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. And some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. And the flames soared, and the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. And then I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. and the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke, like an inky cloak, went streaking down the sky. I don't know how long I stood in the snow, and I wrestled with grisly fear, and the stars came out, and they danced about, ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peek inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. Then the door I opened wide, and there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, with a grin you could see for a mile. And he said, please close that door. It's warm in here, and I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left my home down in Plum Tree, Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. And the northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Lavarge, where I cremated Sam McGee.
Dude.